So you want to get the best deal on a mortgage, and you want to make sure you get the best interest rate on a mortgage. Well, how do you do it? On this video, I'm going to give you 3 quick tips to make sure you know how to get the best interest rate on a mortgage and to make sure you get the best deal on a mortgage, period. So number 1, how do you make sure you get the best interest rate, and how do you make sure you get the best deal on a mortgage? Well, 1 is understanding what numbers the lenders control, or the banks. So they don't control, when you get a worksheet or a loan estimate, 98% of the costs that they're estimating, they do not control. So really pretty much all of it. So the first thing to understand is that it doesn't matter what a bank or lender shows you as your cash to close, because they're really just guessing, and there's a lot of pressure on banks and lenders and mortgage brokers to estimate those costs as low as possible. So the only thing that matters when you pick out a lender is the interest rate and the lender fees when you're evaluating the cost. And what are the lender fees? That is processing fees, admin fees, underwriting fees. They're going to be listed at the top, and you're going to pay those fees, and they will add to what your cash to close is. So what we do to make it simple at the Robinson Mortgage Team is we waive those charges. On the loans that we close, you'll not pay an underwriting fee, you will not pay a processing fee or an admin fee. Those fees will be 0. So it makes it much, much easier to analyze if we're giving you a great deal or not. So number 2, how do you make sure you get the best interest rate? I mean, every single buyer is asking, how do I get the best interest rate? Well, 1 is to understand that banks, lenders, and mortgage companies pray that you're going to ask that question, because they know the numbers better than you do. When you see a really, really low interest rate advertised on TV and there's the fine print written underneath, well, those are conditions and extra fees and costs to get that rate. The easiest and best thing to do first is get an idea of what interest rates are, so that you know if what somebody's telling you makes sense. For instance, if you ever shop for a car, I was looking at Toyota 4Runners, you get a good idea of what brand new Toyota 4Runners cost. And if somebody suddenly tells you that they have a brand new one $10,000 cheaper, you're going to say, no way, why is this one less expensive? But with interest rates, for some reason, people don't understand that if somebody's advertising a way lower rate than everyone out there, there's probably a reason why. I call it hunting the unicorn. And lenders are praying that you'll go after the unicorn because they know it doesn't exist. It's all marketing to get you started. So 1, check with your bank. You can look online. I like bankrate.com, and you can get a feel for where rates are right now. And that's the first thing to do. If you go to bankrate.com, you'll notice the first 3 or 4 lenders will have ridiculously low rates. But if you keep reading 10, 15 lenders, you'll get a feel, okay, why are these 3 banks so much cheaper than all the others? And the truth is, they're not. It's just that they're better at marketing, and they understand that you're going to make a decision based on the interest rate, when really you want to look at the whole loan, the terms, the cost, not only how easy it actually is to get the loan, but also the interest rate. So number 2 is to get a feel for where rates are at. You want a lender that's a low-cost lender, very competitive on the rate, but doesn't have a lot of fees and expenses. So what we do at the Robinson Mortgage Team is make sure you get a rate under what the market is and pay no lender fees. That way you know you're getting a great deal on a mortgage. Number 3, and probably the most important step, once you make sure understand the fees and you understand how to make sure you get the best interest rate and really just get the best deal on the mortgage, you want to make sure you're working with someone that can actually get you closed. There are plenty of companies that are taught to get everybody started. They don't care who closes on time, and that can get expensive. Things with contract extensions, also with rate lock extensions. So what do? 1, don't look at the company. Look at the person that you're working with. The individual loan officer is the one that will dictate how the process goes for you. With this incredible tool called Google, you can actually Google the name of the person that you're working with. Not just the company. Googling Wells Fargo doesn't help you. Google the name of the person and see what people are saying. The big thing with online is you can't hide. If you're doing a bad job or if you're not doing a good job, you're going to find out. Because when people are happy, they talk. When people are upset, they talk. So the third thing is to Google the person that you're working with and see what everyone else is saying, what it is to work with this person. Because at the end of the day, that person is not only going to dictate your cost and your interest rate, they're also going to be the one to make sure that you close on time without a bunch of drama as promised per the contract, which is going to save you the most amount of money. So there you have it. 3 quick, easy tips. 1, to make sure you get the best interest rate in a mortgage, and 2, get the best deal on a mortgage. I mean, really, it's about getting the best overall deal on a mortgage. Working with somebody that's not only going to give you a good rate and low fees and no fees like we do, to actually get you to close on time as promised. And there's big decisions all the way through, like who to order the appraisal to, what management company, should you be floating your rate or locking your rate, which can cost you a fortune if the person you're working with is not in touch with exactly what rates are doing and what the real estate cycle is doing in your local market. And more than ever, you need to work with somebody that can get you from point A to point B as simple and easy, as stress-free as possible. The mortgage process has continued to get tougher and tougher over the years, and we are experts at bringing you through that process. So do your research, Google me, check me out. I would love the opportunity to quote you on your next mortgage. So all my contact information is below, and if there's anything I can do, any questions you have, or again, anything that you would like to see from me, please let me know. Reach out to us below with our contact information. And with that, make it a great day. Let me know what I can do to help, and I'll talk to you soon.